Welcome back to the channel, US Rare Coins News, Top 1. Today we are talking about a coin that marks the end of an era in American money. Not just another dollar coin, the final chapter of a whole design, a whole size, and a whole generation of US currency. This is the United States of America 1978, D. Eisenhower $1, and most people have no idea what this coin actually represents. Here's the wild part. Millions of people have seen this coin. Some have spent it. Some have ignored it. Some have tossed it in drawers. But very few realize this is the last Eisenhower dollar ever struck for circulation. The final year. The closing page of the Ike dollar story. And that alone already changes how collectors look at it. Stick with me, because I'm going to show you what makes this coin special, what details actually matter, the errors collectors hunt for, and how some of these coins have quietly sold for real money at auction. Bring the camera in close and let the coin fill the frame. This thing is big. Heavy. Solid. Nothing like modern dollar coins. On the front, you see Dwight D. Eisenhower facing left. Calm, confident, presidential. This design wasn't just about a man. It symbolized leadership, stability, and American power during a tense period of world history. Now flip it over slowly. This reverse design is pure history. An eagle landing on the moon, olive branch in its claws, Earth floating in the distance. This isn't random art. It's a direct tribute to the Apollo moon landing. The space race. American achievement. Human history literally stamped into metal. Pause here. Let the camera sit on the eagle and the Earth. Because this design alone is why people still collect Ike dollars. Now look near the date on the front. You'll see the small D mint mark. That tells you this coin was struck in Denver. The Denver Mint produced a huge number of these in 1978, but here's the twist that most people don't understand: just because a lot were made doesn't mean high-quality ones are easy to find. These coins were heavy, awkward to carry, and unpopular in everyday use. Banks stored them. Casinos stacked them. Bags of them slammed together in vaults. They picked up marks fast. Scratches. Dings. Bag marks. Weak strikes. Most of them never had a chance to survive clean. Here's the first cliffhanger. A sharp 1978 D. Eisenhower dollar is not common. One with clean fields, strong detail in Eisenhower's hair, and crisp feathers on the eagle immediately stands out to collectors. Now let's go deeper. There are known 1978 D errors that collectors actively look for. Doubled lettering in Liberty and In God We Trust. Die cracks running through the fields. Die chips that leave raised metal blobs. Off-center strikes. Weak strikes mixed with strong areas. These aren't dramatic movie-style errors, but in the coin world, these details matter a lot. Cut to macro shots. Move the light slowly across the surface. Let viewers see how tiny flaws change value. Here's another important fact. The 1978 D. Eisenhower dollar contains no silver. It's copper-nickel clad. So its value has nothing to do with metal prices. It's all about condition, rarity and high grade, and collector demand for final year coins. And yes, final year matters. Collectors love first year coins, and they love last year coins. The 1978 D is both a historical closer and a symbol of the end of large-size dollar coins in the US. After this, the dollar coin changed forever. Smaller size. Different designs. Different feel. This coin marks the end of the old-school dollar. Now the numbers everyone waits for. A worn 1978 D. Eisenhower dollar is usually worth face value. A nicer circulated example might sell for a few dollars. Clean uncirculated coins often sell between $10 and $30. But high-grade examples, professionally graded, have sold for several $100s. And the very best, with strong strikes and clean surfaces, have crossed into the $1,000 range at auction. Same coin. Same year. Same mint. Completely different value paths. So let me ask you. Do you own a 1978 D. Eisenhower dollar? Did you even know it was the final year of the Ike Dollar series? And if you could add any US coin to your collection right now, which one would it be? Drop it in the comments. I want to see what people are hunting. To wrap it all up, the 1978 D. Eisenhower $1 isn't special because of silver. It isn't special because it's ancient. It's special because it's the final chapter of a legendary coin series, because high-quality examples are scarce, and because subtle details create big value differences. Most are ordinary. Some are impressive. And a few are truly collector-level coins. Top 2, today we are talking about a coin that most people have seen, some people have spent, and almost nobody has truly examined. This is the United States of America 1974 D. Eisenhower $1. A coin that looks common at first glance, yet hides a story that still catches collectors off guard. Here's the surprising truth right away. Two 1974 D. Eisenhower dollars can come from the same year, the same mint, and look almost identical, yet one is worth $1, and the other can sell for hundreds or even more. And the reason has nothing to do with age or silver alone. Stick with me, because in the next few minutes I'll show you what makes this coin special, the details collectors obsess over, the errors that quietly raise its value, and what the strongest examples are really selling for today. Bring the coin in close and let it fill the screen. The first thing you notice is the size. This is not a small coin. It's thick, heavy, and feels more like a medal than pocket change. On the front, you see Dwight D. Eisenhower facing left. A supreme Allied commander in World War II. A two-term president. This portrait represents strength, stability, and leadership during a tense era of American history. Now flip it over slowly. This reverse design is one of the most iconic ever used on US money. An eagle landing on the moon, olive branch in its talons, Earth floating in the distance. This wasn't random art. It was inspired by the Apollo moon landing, turning one of humanity's greatest achievements into something you could hold in your hand. Let the camera linger here. Especially on the eagle's feathers and the Earth's shape. Because this is where collectors start separating ordinary coins from standout ones. The 1974 D. Eisenhower dollar was struck at the Denver Mint. You'll see a small D near the date on the front. Denver produced millions of these coins, and that's where the first twist comes in. Quantity doesn't always mean quality. Here's the cliffhanger most people don't expect. Many 1974 D. Ikes were weakly struck. Flat hair on Eisenhower. Soft details on the eagle. Blurry lettering. Even brand new coins often lacked sharp definition. So when a 1974 D shows crisp details, clean surfaces, and strong eye appeal, collectors stop scrolling and start paying attention. Now let's talk about errors, because this is where the story gets interesting. Some 1974 D. Eisenhower dollars show doubled lettering in Liberty or In God We Trust. Others have die cracks running through the fields, sometimes cutting across the design. You'll also find die chips, where small chunks of the die broke away, leaving raised blobs of metal on the coin. These aren't obvious unless you look closely, so slow close-ups and angled lighting make all the difference. Move the light across the coin. Let the details reveal themselves. Here's an important fact many people mix up. The 1974 D. Eisenhower dollar contains no silver. It's copper-nickel clad. That means its value depends almost entirely on condition, strike quality, and collector demand, not metal prices, and condition is everything with this coin. These dollars were large and unpopular in daily use. They bounced around in bags, bank vaults, and casino cages. They picked up marks fast. Finding one today that looks truly fresh, with minimal contact marks and strong detail, is far harder than most people think. Now for the numbers everyone waits for. A worn 1974 D. Eisenhower dollar is usually worth face value. A nice circulated example may sell for a few dollars. Uncirculated coins often bring $10 to $40 depending on eye appeal. Coins with noticeable errors can sell for more. And the highest grade examples, professionally graded and nearly flawless, have sold for several $100s, with the very best reaching into the low thousands at auction. Same coin. Same year. Completely different results. So let me ask you. Do you own a 1974 D. Eisenhower dollar? Have you ever checked it closely under good lighting? And which US coin would you love to add to your collection next? Drop your answer in the comments. To wrap it all up, the 1974 D. Eisenhower $1 isn't valuable because it's rare in numbers. It's valuable because of condition, rarity, strike quality, and subtle errors most people never notice. Most are ordinary. Some are impressive. And a few are truly collector-worthy. Top 3. Today we are talking about a coin that most people think is boring, bulky, and forgettable, yet it quietly holds one of the most misunderstood stories in the Eisenhower dollar series. This is the United States of America 1977 D. Eisenhower $1, and if you've ever ignored one of these, you're not alone. But collectors see it very differently. Here's the twist right up front. Two 1977 D. Eisenhower dollars can look nearly identical, come from the same mint, and have the same metal, yet one is worth $1, and the other can sell for hundreds of dollars. The reason isn't age. It isn't silver. It's something most people never check. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes I'll show you what makes this coin special, why condition matters more than you think, the errors collectors hunt for, and what the strongest examples are actually selling for today. Bring the coin in close and let it fill the screen. The size hits you first. This is a large, heavy coin, far bigger than modern dollars. On the front, Dwight D. Eisenhower faces left. A 5-star general. A 2-term president. A man whose leadership helped shape the mid-20th century. The design feels bold and solid, exactly what the mint was aiming for. Now flip it over slowly. The eagle landing on the moon immediately grabs attention. Olive branch in its talons. Earth floating in the distance. This design ties directly to the Apollo moon landings, capturing one of America's greatest achievements in metal. Pause here and let the camera linger, because the reverse is where strike quality really shows. The 1977 D. Eisenhower dollar was struck at the Denver Mint, marked by the small d near the date. Show a tight close-up of that mint mark. Millions were produced, but here's the first cliffhanger: most of these coins were weakly struck. Eisenhower's hair often looks flat. The eagle's feathers blend together. Lettering can appear soft. Even coins that never circulated sometimes look worn straight out of the mint, and that's exactly why sharp examples are so valuable. Zoom in on the hair above Eisenhower's ear. Move to the eagle's wings. Strong detail here is rare. Clean fields without heavy marks are even rarer. This is where collectors lean in. Now let's talk about errors, because this is where things get interesting. Some 1977 D. Eisenhower dollars show doubled lettering in Liberty or In God We Trust. Others have die cracks running across the fields or through the devices. You'll also see die chips that leave raised metal blobs in unexpected places. These errors aren't dramatic unless you look closely, so angled lighting and macro shots make all the difference. Slowly move the light across the coin and let those tiny details reveal themselves. Here's an important point many people get wrong. The 1977 D. Eisenhower dollar contains no silver. It's copper-nickel clad. That means its value is driven almost entirely by condition, strike quality, and collector demand, not metal content, and condition is where things get serious. These coins were big and awkward to carry. People didn't like using them. They ended up in vaults, bags, and casino storage where they banged into each other and picked up marks fast. Finding one today that looks truly clean and sharp is far harder than most people expect. Now for the numbers everyone waits for. A worn 1977 D. Eisenhower dollar is usually worth face value. A nicer circulated example may sell for a few dollars. Uncirculated coins often sell in the $10 to $40 range depending on eye appeal. Coins with clear errors can sell for more. And the highest grade examples, professionally graded and nearly flawless, have sold for several $100s, with the very best pushing into the low thousands at auction. Same coin. Same year. Totally different outcomes. So let me ask you. Do you own a 1977 D. Eisenhower dollar? Have you ever checked it closely under good lighting? And which US coin would you love to add to your collection next? Drop your answer in the comments. To wrap it all up, the 1977 D. Eisenhower $1 isn't valuable because it's rare in numbers. It's valuable because sharp examples are scarce, condition is everything, and subtle errors can change the story completely. Most are ordinary. Some are impressive. And a few are true collector pieces. That if this video helped you see this coin differently, hit like so more collectors can find it. Subscribe for more coin stories, hidden values, and real market insights. And watch the next video, because the next coin you ignore might already be sitting in your pocket.